Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome inside Kindred High School on a chilly Tuesday evening here in Kindred. I'm Josh Boyko with you here for your live events coverage of Region 1 regular season volleyball. And as the weather outside goes from the summer era down to the chilly temps and brisk breeze of the fall months here as we near the middle and end of October, that means Region Volleyball is just around the corner in about 3 weeks. It'll be October 10th when we get this started here on yourliveevent.com. We will have Region Volleyball coverage here for you on your live event. Thank you for joining us here. As always, we appreciate it. We will have the Kindred Vikings, fourth in the Region 1 standings, hosting the Lisbon Broncos here, coming in on the road, sixth in Region 1. Both these teams trying to move a little bit in the standings. Kindred has the opportunity to try and reel in Central Cass for that 3 seed, as the Vikings have lost a tough couple matches in the last few outings. Last week they had a road effort against Oak Grove where Elena Foster DeVold for the Grovers had 23 kills and rolled the Grovers to a 3-0 victory over in Fargo. And then just last night on Monday, a 5-setter for Kindred against Hillsborough Central Valley here that they ended up dropping to the Burros. So trying to get back on track here tonight against a lesser record Region 1 team, but these games are always very tough and competitive, so we're very much looking forward to the result and what the floor product is going to be here tonight. We've got some solid players out on that floor. Taylor Sanders is going to be one of them, wearing number 5 tonight with those pink uniforms that Kindred will be rocking. So plenty of stuff to look forward to as we move on. So we'll take a quick break here on our pregame show on your live event. Come back and preview some other matchups going on around the region. Later we'll hear from head coach Amy Lyons of the Lisbon Broncos and more here on yourliveevent.com.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, for ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com, local voices from local radio.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com, getting set for the Lisbon Broncos to visit the Kindred Vikings here tonight. The Lisbon Broncos at 4-17 on the year and 2-6 in the region standings, sitting in 6th place ahead of Wahpeton and behind Northern Cass for the 5 seed. Tight up near the top of the Region 1 standings, though, as Kindred sits at 13-9. 5-4 in the region standings. A big one that they dropped last week to Oak Grove, and a tough 3-set loss, as that put them behind Central Cass, who they were tied with initially for that 3 seed. They've already lost a match to Central Cass in 4 sets this year, but they do have that head-to-head one more time as the regular season finale. The remaining matches for the Kindred Vikings, they will play a non-region opponent in the Carrington Cardinals, who are currently first place in Region 2, 16-3 overall, 6-0 within their respective region. And then against Wahpeton, they will be on this floor again, should be favored against the Huskies. And then Central Cass comes to town in a rivalry matchup, and that'll have a lot to do with who gets that 3 versus the 4 seed in Region 1. 4 of the last 5 matches for these Vikings will be on this floor. They've already played one of those against Hillsborough Central Valley last night, so a back-to-back quick turnaround matchup, and honestly kind of like that usually when you're coming off of a tough loss. Just get right back out there on the floor, go out and execute, get yourself a W. So the Vikings will play that second of 4 home matches remaining in the last 5 games. They will then travel to Carrington, then be home, like I said, against Wahpeton and Central Cass. Remaining schedule for the Broncos. Common denominator, they will also be hosting Central Cass in their next match. Then they'll be on the road at number 1 seed Valley City, and then hosting against number 5 seed in Region 1, Northern Cass and Nick Tice's Jaguars. That is the upcoming matches and remaining matches for both these teams. We'll have 3 remaining after tonight. Other games, other volleyball action going on your live event tonight. Chase Miller is at Central Cass, where it is a battle of the 2 and 3 seed teams in Region 1. Oak Grove travels to Castleton to take on the Squirrels. And then on the B side, Edgley Cole Montpelier versus Maple River. Alex Hoffman on the mic there. And then our own Brady Siebold's is in Northern Cass tonight for the Highliners and Jaguars squaring off for some more Region 1 volleyball. So we got a lot of those teams in action here tonight against each other. So lots of standings to be moved around and made up, ground to be gained or lost here on your live events. We will take a quick break. We'll come back and hear from head coach Amy Lyons of the Lisbon Broncos when we return.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on YourLiveEvent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six. Ford takes it up, played high in the air by Horkeneer's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton, now played high. Angle, Severson, smash, count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on YourLiveEvent.com.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
I'm here with Coach Amy Lyons for the Lisbon Broncos here taking on Kindred tonight. And Coach, what opportunities does this game provide here on the road for one of the last games before the regular season ends?
Right. Very good Kindred team that we played earlier. You know, we realize we're number 6, but coming in, we're trying a little different lineup tonight. Just still trying to find a better groove for us. We've had some players mature, and hopefully now in these last 4 regular season matches, we're going to try to capitalize on a few things so that we're ready for that tough region tournament.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned maturing, the team has improved.
We're actually moving some kids around. We've noticed. Senior Emerson Schwab is going to play on the left a little bit more. And we're going to move Jada Nims into our middle, that's a freshman. We are also moving our Mara Nelson into a 5-1. We're going to try that tonight and see how well she's putting up a really consistent ball. Jada has been on the outside, and we just feel that she might bring a little bit more to our middle. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Cameron Hoff, who has been consistent for us all season long and is a really good balance to both Emerson and Jada.
Mm-hmm. What would be keys to playing well, having success on the floor tonight?
We got to pass the ball. They're a good serving team. We need to be able to control that ball. We've been working hard. They've been trying to focus on. We've been working on our serve receive all season, like every team does. But that has been, I've said from the beginning that we've got to have ball control before we can do anything else. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to have to be able to get that first ball up.
With a player like the caliber of Taylor Sanders on the other side, what's the key to putting up a good block against her?
I've got leapers. We've got to be able to make sure that we are setting that block so that we can close a block, because she will find the holes most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And just one more question here as we finish the last few matches heading into the postseason time. Just what are you looking for the team to sew up the most here tonight heading into the postseason time?
I'm going to say I've been really blessed coming in to a team with great chemistry, and they are so good to one another. We just talked, and I said, guys, I just want you to continue to keep lifting one another up. We've got to work on just keeping those runs to a minimum for our opponents, and we've got to keep lifting one another up on that floor to keep moving forward.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us, Coach, and best of luck on the court tonight.
Thank you.
That's Amy Lyons joining us from the Lisbon Broncos.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back here to Kindred High School as we are getting set for Lisbon and Kindred to do battle. Just over a minute until they get us to the national anthem and starting lineups here from Kindred. But first, I want to shout out our friends from Stock Growers Bank sponsoring our broadcast booth here tonight. So Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank and big time partner. With the Stock Growers mobile app, experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And we'll have a great view of it from up here in our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth tonight as we'll watch Taylor Sanders as one of our players to watch for the Kindred Vikings. Of course, leads this team in kills pretty much nightly. So not a surprise to see her leading the way for this Kindred team. And they'll look to her to right the ship, so to speak, as Kindred tries to get the bad taste of a couple of losses out of their mouth from the five-star they dropped against Hillsborough, and then last week against Oak Grove. That was 1 week ago today now, where Elena Foster DeVold had a real nice game on her home floor, and Grovers had a lot of success near the net. So we'll see how the Kindred block does tonight. See how the Lisbon serve receive does tonight. Couple of big factors to keep an eye on as we move throughout the sets on the floor here tonight. So we'll step aside for the national anthem and starting lineups here as we'll introduce both these teams when we come back in their pink uniforms for digging out cancer. So we'll take a break, be right back for starting lineups after the national anthem.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
It's time for our starting lineups here tonight from Kindred, as we will first meet the Lisbon Broncos. Defensive specialist, junior number 1, Ellery Quall. Number 2, a freshman opposite and setter Mara Nelson. Number 3, a junior, Bryn Wiltsey. Number 4, a senior outside hitter, Riot Wortman. Number 7, middle hitter, number 7, Emerson Schwab. Defensive specialist, senior number 8, Aubrey Opp. Defensive specialist and outside hitter, number 9, Riley Erdman. Cameron Hoff and Arlie Rammerman will be manning the middle tonight, wearing 10 and 11 respectively. Jada Nims, a freshman outside, will wear number 12. Ava Adair, a sophomore setter. Poppy Lind, an opposite senior, wears 14. Nevaeh Buffett, outside hitter, senior, wears 15. And Brinley Differding will wear 19. Amy Lyons is the head coach of the Lisbon Broncos at 4-17, 2-6 in the region, 6th place in the Region 1 standings. Now time for the Kindred Vikings. Number 1, Ivy Trenbath will be a sophomore outside hitter. Mallory Keller, who normally wears 2, will be wearing number 9 tonight as the libero in those pink uniforms. Some of those jerseys switch around, as you can see Keller in the blue right now. She'll be wearing number 9. Caitlin Brink, a defensive specialist senior, wears 3. Jenner Jordan, an outside hitting junior, wears number 4. Crimson Lakowitzer on the outside, a junior that wears 7. Taylor Sanders will wear 5 instead of 9 tonight, the outside hitting sophomore. Lila Kittleson will be out tonight. So out with injury is Kittleson, no number 6 on the floor in the middle. So they'll go with Sierra Nipstad, the sophomore, as their middle hitter tonight. Lauren Onken will see time as the setter here tonight. The senior wearing number 10. Collins McQuillan, another setter, also plays some opposite sophomore. Then Kate Odegaard, another sophomore, wears number 12. Cindy Spellhog, number 14, an opposite and middle hitter junior. Jasmine Beauclair wears 15, a senior. Already mentioned Nipstad will be in there. She'll wear 8 tonight instead of her normal 16. She'll be in the middle. Then Bailey Neiman, Kiara Ginadasa round out that lineup for Harley Bunky, the head coach of the Kindred Vikings. So on the floor to start first for Kindred in that front row, you can see Nipstad in the middle along with Jenner Jordan on the left. Collins McQuillan will start in there as the setter. Ivy Trenbeth, Mallory Keller in the back along with Taylor Sanders. All right, let's get it started here. First serve coming at 7:32 p.m. from Kindred tonight. It'll come from Aubrey Opp, a senior defensive specialist for the Lisbon Broncos. We are underway. Here comes Trenbath going with a tip at the net. Poppy Lind with the swing for the Broncos, and then Trenbath hits one long. The Broncos will get the first point via a hitting error for Kindred. Serve goes to Trenbath. Here comes the set. They go to the middle. Tipped by Nipstad. A little bit of trouble for Lisbon. It'll be a free ball coming back over. Here comes the set to the left side. Trenbath again will beat the block. Sophomore Ivy Trenbath sits down the Kindred crowd for the first point of the night. Here is Brink with a jump serve, heading over towards the left-hand side of the floor. This one blocked at the net. Nipstad was there along with Jordaim. Tipped over by Sanders, goes to the back row. Here comes the set. They go to the middle for Emerson Schwab. This one will get down, and Kindred answers with back-to-back points. Brink will serve to the deep middle. And this one angled, not going to get over the net from Lind. Would have been a free ball coming back anyways for Kindred. Would have been in good shape, but they get the point nonetheless. Here's Brink for a fourth time. Left-handed tip over from Wiltsey. Small collision on the Kindred side. Here comes the set from Mara Nelson. It's Wiltsey again with that left-handed hit. Jordaim hits over for Kindred. Good save, dug out by Keller for Kindred, and this one goes down on the block. In coverage was Wiltsey and Emerson Schwab. So Lisbon gets a side out and will retaliate with their second point of the night after a 3-0 run for Kindred. We'll be keeping track of things tonight on our Bank North scoreboard. And somehow kept up. What a play by the Broncos. Diving save from Keller, and it's lobbed over by Nipstad. Free ball. Here comes a running start for Wiltsey. A tip. Handled, and now here comes Sanders, but she hits that one off the fingertips into the net. It is 3 apiece. Rare error from Sanders. Jordaim blocked away at the net. Cameron Hoff was there in the middle. And there's a 3-0 counter from the Lisbon Broncos. Nipstad finds some floor. A tip into the vacant middle of that Lisbon defense, and Nipstad gets her first tonight. Here's the libero Keller. Big swing and a kill from Cameron Hoff. The junior middle hitter able to elevate, and we heard Amy Lyons saying, we've got some leapers, is what she referred to as. And there's Poppy Lind adding another point for the Broncos. There is some verticality to this Lisbon team. It's going to be necessary to slowing down some of these Kindred front row players. Good serve, hits the net, sneaks over. Keller dives to keep it up. Readjusting was Hoff. Here comes the tip at the net from Odegaard and into the net. No, sorry. There's a violation on the Broncos, so it's going to be Kindred point. Odegaard was able to avoid the net and ends up in a point for the Vikings. That time it was Lisbon in the net. It's Mara Nelson for the Broncos, the guilty party. Good swing from Sanders, dug out in the back by Differding, the libero. Big swing, down it goes. Kate Odegaard, the sophomore in the middle. knocks one down for Kindred. That's another 3-0 run. So both Kindred and Lisbon have 3-0 runs. Kindred's got 2 of them, which has gotten us to our 7-6 score on the Bank North scoreboard. Lobbed over by Differding way to the back line, played by Kindred. Here comes the back set. And into the net goes Collins McQuillan off the set from Lauren Onken. Riot Wortman, the senior outside hitter, into the game with a low line drive serve, a little bit too low and into the net. Ivy Trenbath is back in the game for Kindred, taking the place of Caitlin Brink. Not a lot of spin on that serve as it angles towards Bryn Wiltsey. That ball is hit out. Kindred back in the driver's seat, up 2. With Taylor Sanders at the service line and picks up an ace. This one will head out the backside for Sanders, overshot the back line. Some quick points in the early going for both sides. Still trying to feel their way into this match. Brinley Differding, libero serving for Lisbon, goes short. There's McQuillan with the tip over. Push shot, Sanders able to save. Wiltsey the first touch. Here comes the swing to the outside. And it's going to be Lisbon point on a double. Emerson Schwab had a nice swing, and it eventually ends up as Broncos point. They get back within 1. Trenbath just goes with the tip. Pushed over aggressively there by Jada Nims. The freshman gets her first kill tonight. We're knotted up at 10. Lobbed over. Here comes the set from Nelson. It's a good swing from Schwab, but it's handled by Kindred. And Kindred's in the net. It's a 3 straight string for Lisbon. Seems like the points have been coming in 3s. Set to the back, and ends up working. Riot Wortman from the back row. And then a little bit of a miscommunication as Onken steps in and tips that one in front of the back row, leading to another Lisbon point. The Broncos with their largest lead of the match, up 2. This time pushed into the back corner of the Broncos defense off a hand for another Vikings point. Odegaard with the low line drive serve. Here comes the set from Nelson. Schwab with the swing. Onken leading Trenbath right to the net, but the defense was there. Jada Nims gets the block. Now she'll try to finish this point off, but it goes out of play. That set just led Trenbath a little bit too far on the low line drive. So the Lisbon defense was already set and there, but the hitting error bails out the Vikings. Schwab resets. Tip at the net. Oh, pancake save from Mara Nelson, but unable to returned fire were the Broncos, as the Vikings have stormed back and taken a lead on yet another 3-0 run. Good adjustment from Nims to get a good piece of that ball. Nims again. Sanders got blown away but kept it up. What a dig from Taylor Sanders. Trenbath off a hand on the front row and down. The Kindred Vikings starting to feel a little bit of momentum now. Ivy Trenbath picks up another kill. Odegaard will continue to serve for the Vikings. A little bit of an overpass leads the Broncos into the net. That serve receive, very important tonight, and we heard Amy Lyons mentioning that earlier. Costs the Broncos a point. They are down 3 now. Kindred starting to take a little bit of control. Here comes the set for Nipstad, but it's just out. But we now have a correction to a tip, and it's going to be Vikings point. There is an ace serve from Odegaard as that run continuing to swell, and the first timeout will be called here tonight. Brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. We'll break for 30 seconds, come right back with the conclusion of set number 1.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Welcome back on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout called by Amy Lyons and the Lisbon Broncos, who have had the lead several times throughout this first set. It's been very back and forth. Usually when you see a 5-point lead in a set like this, it means one team has been superior to the other for the majority of it. But man, this has been very back and forth, but Kindred has just found themselves on a run of 7-0. Right now. It was 12-10 Broncos, but Harley Bunky's Vikings showing some fight on the home floor tonight. Odegaard with the serve, gets an overpass on the first touch. That'll set up McQuillan. This one angled towards the back corner, and it's a kill for Emerson Schwab. Haven't seen the Broncos getting a ton of full confident swings, but their push touches have been in a good spot. Here comes the serve from Nelson. Trenbath detonates. You could see it coming. She got a running start, and Ivy Trenbath, the sophomore, puts a charge in that one, and Kindred re-secures a 5-point lead. An overpass from Kindred. And you can see Harley Bunky saying Lisbon's in the net there when they were contesting that overpass, but it will be Broncos point. Here comes the serve from McQuillan to Trenbath. And that'll count as another kill for Ivy Trenbath. Nelson tried to dig it out, but it ends up in the Kindred bench. Here comes Wiltsey from the middle with a left-hand drive, but is blocked away by Nipstead, who's filling in that spot of Lila Kittleson tonight. This one did not get over. Or maybe it did, but it just got back down. The block is going to be what counts, not 4 touches. Serve from Ava Adair. Sanders, big swing, and the kill. Substitutions working their way in comes Brinley Differding, the libero. And Cameron Hoff also has re-entered for the Broncos. There's a double called on Lisbon, so it'll give another free point to the Vikings. Already up 6 on our Bank North scoreboard. Serve from Wiltsey. McQuillan awaits a good set. Dug out by Nelson. Keeps it alive. Hoff got a piece of that one. Now she's going to go tip at the net. Sanders has to go to her knees, but does get there. And a swing and a miss from Cameron Hoff as she was rolling out to the right. Amy Lyons still applauding from the Kindred side, from the Lisbon sideline, sorry. Saying, I like the action, keep it up. Dug out by Keller, and then the kill from Kate Odegaard. Adjusting to it was Lind. Here comes Sanders, elevates. A hand stuck out by the libero. Differding keeps it alive. What a play. Differding again, another dig in the back row. This one lobbed out, but you gotta credit the hustle from the Broncos there, especially the libero, junior, number 19, Brinley Differding, extending that play, an extra volley over the net. Lind goes to the back for Keller. Here comes the set. Sanders for the set. That'll do it. 25-16 will be your set number 1 final, with Kindred closing it out on a massive run. It was at one point 12-10 Broncos, but they close it out on the 15-4 run. We'll get our set recap around the break, brought to you by First Class Mortgage when we come back.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Digs it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle. Severson. Smash! Count! Good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
Running a business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Welcome back to set number 2 getting underway shortly here on your live event. Let's get to our first set recap brought to you by locally owned and operated First Class Mortgage. It's more than just the company name, it's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation, providing first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. 25-16, Kindred, your final in set number 1, paced by their leaders, Taylor Sanders, Kate Odegaard, Sierra Nipstad doing work. Nipstad filling in for the injured Lila Kittleson, one of those seniors that Harley Bunky would like to lean on, that's out right now with injury. So it's imperative that Nipstad and company come to play tonight, and they have in set number 1. They got rolling, especially late in that first set, a 15-4 run to close it out over the Broncos. Emerson Schwab has had some nice moments for Lisbon. Brynlee Differding, you can see her jumping up, chest bumping the libero coming back in. Brynlee Differding has had some fabulous digs tonight. All right, let's get you set back for our second set of play in the front row. You can see Lind, Hoff, and Nelson in the back. Aubrey Opp, Brynlee Differding, and Bryn Wiltsey. Serving to them will be Caitlin Brink. Sanders pushes one over aggressively. Differding leading Wiltsey into it, but into the block where Taylor Sanders was waiting. Left-handed swing from Wiltsey as a couple of Vikings go colliding into each other, double committing to it. Hoff will pop this one out. Brink for the third time in a row goes towards Differding, first touch. Nelson, the set to Wiltsey, it does not get over. Those 4 touches. Differding pops over a free ball. They get the touch up to McQuillan, to Sanders. That is a recipe for success for the Kindred Vikings. You force a free ball coming back your way. First touch, get it right in perfect position to the setter, and you know where to go with it after that. Taylor Sanders is always the right option. Nothing Vikings. This one pushed over by Wiltsey. Free ball for the Broncos, but we have a flag being waved in the back. So that one made contact with the antenna. Lisbon point. Oh my goodness, what a swing from Taylor Sanders. Put a blast on that ball. A good effort from Bryn Wiltsey to try and keep that one alive. It ends up hitting the curtain up top and dropping down on Vikings territory, so that one not going to count. But it does go down as a kill for Taylor Sanders. Lind with a drive handled by Mallory Keller, the libero in the back. Sanders gets Broncos flying all over the place, but they stay alive. Not for long, though, as Kate Odegaard puts an end to it. Off the hands of the front row, back down the play. A 6-1 start for the Kindred Vikings in set number 2. This one punched out by Lind. 7-1. Unforced hitting error for the Broncos. Rotation in. Riot Wortman will replace Poppy Lind. Now the ball being tossed over to the Lisbon side, and some explaining going on with the official talking to Harley Bunky right now. And they are handing the ball over to the Lisbon Broncos. So serve will come from left to right, and it's going to be an ace. So that last point has been corrected to Broncos point, plus the ace. So a multi-point swing as Wortman now with a service error as she stepped over the line while serving. Big swing coming, a little bit out the backside though from Collins McQuillan. That's a much needed run, 3 out of the last 4 going to the Broncos after a 6-1 Kindred start. Save you from having to call a timeout right away, but there's gonna be another violation on the Broncos. And now a conversation will happen between our officials. As one of the officials right away had some sort of violation against the Lisbon side. Will stand as called. Explanation going on over with Amy Lyons and our far side official. This serve clips a good portion of the net, lobbed over by Emerson Schwab. Big swing from Sanders, but it comes back down in play. The block is there. Jada Nims was in a part of that. We heard her name mentioned by Amy Lyons earlier tonight on our pregame show interview, saying we got some leapers. That's what it's going to take to slow down Sanders. But another point coming back for Kindred. 9-5 on our Bank North scoreboard. Over at Central Cass right now with some other Region 1 volleyball. The 2-seed Grover is visiting the Central Cass Squirrels. It's 8-5 Squirrels, 8-6 rather, in the opening set currently. This one tipped, diving attempt from Wertman, but it goes down. There's Trenbath again. It's been a big performance from Ivy Trenbath stepping up tonight. Kind of upping her usage with no Lila Kittleson. There's an ace from Odegaard. She's got multiple aces already tonight. Timeouts called by Lisbon, 11 to 5, 6-point lead for the Vikings in set 2.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
This time brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. Let's take a look at more of our out-of-town scoreboard here. Brady Siebels will be calling that Valley City versus Northern Cass game. Alex Hoffman is over in Maple River as EKM has a 1-0 lead over the Raiders and a 19-15 lead in set number 2. It's tied at 1 set apiece for Valley City and Northern Cass right now. So the Jaguars showing some fight, taking it to number 1 Valley City. Tipped over, swung on, diving save by Nelson. And that jousting battle won by Lisbon. More substitutions as Aubrey Opp will re-enter for Lisbon and pick up the ball to serve. It's going to get an ace as Trenbath and Sanders go for it. Punched over by McQuillan. Back set, Wiltsey blocked away at the net. Here comes Trenbath again, but into the net. Ooh, center deke, and it worked. Lauren Onken picking her spot to finally, on the second touch, push one over and into an empty spot on that Lisbon defense. Catch them sleeping. Tipped over at the net by Nipstad. Doing a fine job filling in for the injured Lila Kittleson, and Nipstad's been one of those players just consistent tonight. Maybe not the standout performance of the night, but certainly one to keep an eye on as we move forward. There's an ace for McQuillan. McQuillan's done a superb job at the center spot. Trenbath tries to laser one through on the push shot. Got it hit back. Oh, and this one climbs the net. Mallory Keller, the libero, will get the kill as she hit a large portion of the net, and it climbed over and just died right on the other side. Nice break for the Vikings. Wiltsey with a good swing, but there is Taylor Sanders. Tipped over again. There is Nipstad at height coming into play. Nicely done. Nice floater game there as that one drops over for Wiltsey. Ava Adair, a sophomore setter in for the Broncos, will serve. Down the line, and it touches the line. Couple of points to answer for Lisbon, sticking in this one. It's going to be a free ball coming back over. It was at least put in a good spot, but Wortman able to gear up, stay out of the net, and the point continues on. Wortman slices one across for Trenbath. Set. McQuillan to Sanders, and that'll work. From the back row, Taylor Sanders picks up another kill. Sanders met with resistance at the net. Hoff was there for Lisbon. Another touch on it. Great effort by the Broncos. Nipstad goes tip and kept alive. A couple punches and stabs at it for the Broncos. Another big swing. Sanders this time ends the battle. A pop-up at the net and will just land out. Timeout called by Amy Lyons. 19-10, the Kindred Vikings comfortably on top in set number 2, looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead. We'll step aside 30 seconds here on YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and RJBroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
This is the timeout of the second set, brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. as the Vikings are out to a 9-point lead, about the largest they've had any point in this match. Looking to go up 2-0. And speaking of up 2-0, that's what EKM, Edgeley Cole Montpelier, is over the Maple River Raiders currently right now on the road in the Division B side. Northern Cass trying to stick close to Valley City through 3 sets, or they're in set 3, tied at 1 apiece. 17-12 Valley City on top of the Jaguars at this current moment. Running jump serve for Wortman. Blocked on the Wiltsey swing. Sanders was there with Nipstad. They get another glancing block, but this one gets through and dies in play. Back-to-back points out of the timeout for Coach Lyons' team. A little bit of discussion going on over at the scorers table right now. Thought that one was pretty cut and dry. Lisbon point. Maybe something else being attended to over there. Just correcting something over there at the scorers table. And on our Bank North scoreboard, it reads 19-11 Vikings, and Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Still some sort of explanation going on to Amy Lyons, maybe something rotationally. Regardless, it's been good play here tonight where Kindred has had control for the majority of this second set, but the first one was back and forth before the Vikings went on their large run. Good fight from this Broncos team. Coach Lyons saying in our pregame interview, yeah, we know we're 6th place right now, but we've got a team as closely knit as any of them out there. We go out there, we have fun, and that ball is being rolled over to the Kindred Vikings right now. I imagine it was some sort of rotation that cost them a point, perhaps. The score being adjusted to 20-11 now. After Riot Workman, it looked like had won a point at the net for the Broncos, going through the block of Nipstad and Sanders, and instead is being turned over to the Vikings, and now Harley Bunke getting an explanation too. As for the fans, no one really knows exactly what this is about. Now we finally have that substitution coming in, and it will be Mallory Keller to swing and serve for the Vikings, so we will have volleyball back underway, and postseason volleyball will be getting underway November 10th for these teams. Keep an eye out for that on yourliveevent.com. Riot Workman swings and lobs this one over the defense and out of play. Post serve. This one out the backside. Aiming for the corner was Hoff, but just missed. The serve from Keller is short, and it'll be Lisbon point. Kindred closing in on a potential set 2 victory. When we do wrap up set number 2, we'll get to our First Class Mortgage set recap. Hoff readjusting with the left hand, goes up to get it, but Sanders is there, then gets to another swing. Lisbon will send a free ball over as Brink steps in. Nipstad with the kill. Sorry, that's Odegaard. Nipstad's looked great tonight too, but this time it is Kate Odegaard in the middle. They've taken turns kind of doing that spot with no Kittleson. Here is Onken serving. And into the net it goes. Cameron Hoff couldn't quite elevate that one enough. Set point. Onken serves short. Set coming. Tipped at the net. Here comes the McQuillan set for Sanders to close out the set. She's done it both times. And Kindred leads 2-0 on the home floor. We'll break with them, come back and give you the First Class Mortgage set recap.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Welcome back here on your live event. This is the First Class Mortgage second set recap. Locally owned and operated. First Class Mortgage is more than just our company name. It's the way we do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, the dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation, providing first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Taylor Sanders again leading the way. No surprise for Kindred, but Kate Odegaard and Sierra Nipstad have both looked strong. It's that front row that's really been doing work for the Vikings, but got a shout out the setters, especially Collins McQuillan tonight has done a nice job. Then the back row, Mallory Keller's made some nice diving stops. Also, got to mention Ivy Trenbath, of course. Can't forget Trenbath's performance. All of these players, a balanced effort, stepping up with one of their front row starters out of play here tonight with injury. And for Lisbon, offense has just been kind of slow here tonight. They've only amassed 28 points on the night. Emerson Schwab has been one of their leading offensive attackers. Bryn Wiltsey has had some good swings that just haven't necessarily translated to hitting the floor. Their block has had some nice moments too, where they've met Taylor Sanders and Ivy Trenbath at the net. It's been the middles that have posed a little bit more problems tonight with Odegaard and Nipstad. That is your First Class Mortgage set recap here from Kindred. 2-0. The Vikings taking both. If you're just joining us, by the scores of 25-16 and 25-12. Over in Central Cass, the Grovers doing battle with the Squirrels, and Central Cass takes that first set 25-21. So that's a big game to keep an eye on, with a lot of standings implications of the 2 and 3 seed doing battle. Trenbath will pick up this kill to start the third set. Got blocked, but it's sent out of play in the process. There's the block again, and it's Jenner Jordheim. Haven't called Jordheim's number a whole ton tonight, but she is showing up, doing some of the things that don't always show up in every stat sheet. Lobbed over by Jordheim to the back row for Wortman. Jordheim then again there for the block. Wortman with a big time swing to keep that one alive. Lisbon fighting hard. Sanders will swing and put this one out of play to the back corner. Lisbon gets on the board. There is Cameron Hoff. This one dropped over by Emerson Schwab, and in the middle, we'll tie this up. And again, over at the scorers table, just trying to sort something out. Already had a couple delays of confusing plays. Are we replaying the point? Is that what I just saw? I think so. It looks like the point is being replayed. I saw the thumbs up. So we remain at 2-1. Big time swing from Taylor Sanders. Dugout on the back. Someone's in the net though on the Kindred side. Violation works out in favor of the Broncos. Left-handed serve from Nelson. Sanders on the tip forces an overpass leading to Odegaard, but that one gets the net. Trenbath adjusting, or sorry, that was Odegaard. Sanders powers one through, and they're going to call a lift as they were trying to dig that one out of the net. Taylor Sanders finding her rhythm. It's going to be 4 hits on Lisbon, so the Vikings will get one back. 5-3. They controlled set number 2 for the length of it. Set number 1 was very back and forth until the midway point. It was all Kindred after that. This one sails away. And looking for the tip were the Broncos, but none is granted. Here comes the setup for Sanders off a hand at the net. Wiltsey got a piece, but it ends up on the ground, and Sanders again. 3 kills already in the third set. Good block at the net. Odegaard and Jasmine Beauclair in coverage there. Extend the lead to 5 on the Bank North scoreboard. Big collision at the net. The hands meet, but Sanders gets another one. That is 11 kills for Taylor Sanders. Timeout taken here as well. Keep it right here. Kindred up 9-3, and we broadcast here high atop the broadcast booth, brought to you by Stock Growers Bank. Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank and big time partner. With the Stock Growers mobile app, experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Taylor Sanders putting on a clinic tonight, 11 kills to lead the way for the Vikings. Kate Odegaard has 7, Sierra Nipstad has 3. As both the teams will return to the floor now. Lisbon looking for some sort of momentum shift. Amy Lyons trying to get the momentum turned around. No timeouts called by Harley Bunkie or the Kindred Vikings in this contest. This one through the hands of Jada Nims. Free ball at the net, loose change for Emerson Schwab getting that kill. Lift called on the Vikings. Pushed over in a good spot. That was Sanders again. "12 kills and an ace, and now she comes to serve again. This one will be long. Back set in rhythm for Odegaard, but dug out by Lisbon. Trenbath will win the battle as the Broncos are in the net. They get Wiltsey on that call, and it's 12-5, Vikings on top. Wiltsey comes flying in. This one from Beauclair is out. There is an ace from Aubrey Opp. No, sorry, that was Wiltsey. That left-handed serve, getting the better of Kindred that last time. But this time, it's Nipstad at the net. Getting a nice touch, and then Workman elevated, but missed the ball. Set from Sanders, Trenbath just out. Wortman, line drive serve again. She is over the line. It's the second time we've seen that tonight where she has crossed that line. I hope she comes out for long jump in track and field because that's what she's doing here on the volleyball court. Could have some success in that. Sanders rejected at the net by Cameron Hoff. That's another time that we've seen Hoff get the better of a Kindred front row attack and gets the block, gets the point. Lisbon back within 5, and the serve from Hoff. Tipped at the net, Nipstad knocks it down. Another tip. Kindred has just been able to high point those balls better tonight, and Odegaard has 8 kills. Another timeout called by Lisbon. 7-point lead for Kindred at the time of the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. We'll take a break with them. Be right back.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
Talent brought to you by Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. For more information, go online at kindredstatebank.com. And the hometown Vikings on cruise control for the most part in this match. When we get to the conclusion, whoever gets to 3 sets first, of course, will have our Agassi Precision Ag play of the match and our Enbridge Energy player of the match. So stay tuned for that, whatever the result of this game may be. Great dig from Caitlin Brink. But the kill goes to Jada Nims. The freshman puts one down for the Broncos. Oh, what a drive, Kate Odegaard. A quick set right in the sweet spot for Odegaard, and man, she did not miss that one. Wiltsey with a running start, but Keller is there. Lisbon with the ball on their side for a while, but Schwab able to push it over, and Schwab able to keep that one over with Jaden Dims. Harley Bunky advocating for a net call, but none coming. 17-11, Kindred still on top. Here's the serve after the explanation to Coach Bunky. Big swing Sanders, dug out. And Wiltsey swings, hits long. 18-11 Kindred. Quick set to the net, blocked away on the Odegaard hit. It spins on the net, lobbed over by Keller. Here comes the set, Wiltsey. It is down just on the corner. Both the line judges saw the same thing. Perfectly placed by Bryn Wiltsey. You could not drop it any better than that. You could not go place the ball on the corner any better than that. This one will trickle just out of play as Kindred gets a free point right back. The sophomore Odegaard to serve. A little bit of a mishit, but it works for Wiltsey. Kind of threw a changeup at the Kindred defense and caught him off guard. Now fresh off the kill, Bryn will get to serve this one over, working from left to right. Tip, Nipstad got it. That's 5 kills for Sierra Nipstad. Wortman with a nice running start, but puts a charge in one well out of bounds. Poppy Lynn will rotate in to take the place of Wortman. This one gets the net and gets down. It's an ace. Second ace of the night for Collins McQuillan. And Lynn slices one across and finishes that point off for the Broncos. And Wortman again just struggling on the serve tonight. She's jumped over the line a couple of times, and then the ball jumps over the back line that time. Serve from Brink. Tipped over, and the point won by Lisbon. It's a nice showing from Jaden Nims, the freshman for the Broncos. Gotta give her some credit in the front row. Has put up a nice block tonight. He's gotten a few tips over. And an ace. Good fight. Cameron Hoff picks up the ace. Big swing. Sanders, who else? Match point. Kindred up 2-0, up 8 points. 24-16. Here comes the set. And does not get over. Kindred wins in 3 on their home floor. Scores of 25-16, 25-12, and 25-16 again. The Vikings in control, calm, cool, and collected. Nicely done by the Vikings. We'll get to our post-game show when we return. We'll crown our Enbridge Energy Player of the Match and our Agassiz Precision Ag Play of the Match. All that and more when we return around the break.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
It's time for Agassiz Precision Ag play of the match. It's going to go to the Vikings 15-4 team run to end the first set, as it was a back and forth topsy-turvy first set. A lot of countering 3-0 runs going on, but the Vikings end up, after being down 12-10, they come back to win 25-16 on the Bank North scoreboard tonight. So Agassiz Precision Ag play of the match is going to be that 15-4 team run by Kindred to close it out, and they were able to control the rest of the way from there. Agassiz Precision Ag is your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. We'll take a quick break again and get to our Enbridge Energy player of the match when we return.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
I'm joined by Mallory Keller here of the Kindred Vikings, coming off of a 3-set victory over the Lisbon Broncos on the home floor tonight. And take me through just the run that you guys were able to go on at the end of the first set, which kind of controlled things from there.
Well, today we came with a lot of energy. We needed this win, so we did whatever we could. We had a lot of good serving today. We really picked it up from our last few games, and I think that we really did it for each other in the end.
What was some of the differences between today's match versus, say, HCV or last week against Oak Grove, where you guys were able to string together some good offensive runs?
I think that we really trusted each other. We've been working on a lot of team bonding, and we watched some motivational videos, and I think we really just had to trust, and we had to do it for our teammates, and yeah, it
seemed like you guys were able to accomplish that here tonight. And how good does it feel to get just back on the right track here as we're just tuning things up for postseason coming up next month?
As our coaches said, I don't think we've peaked yet, and this is the perfect time to peak. So this is going to be a great run for us and only goes up from here.
Absolutely. How about some teammates to shout out that helped you along the way in this performance tonight?
Caitlin Brink, my fellow passer, she's always cheering me on, and we really have worked on our trust and build always being next to each other. Same with Taylor Sanders. I always know and can trust that I have a person to pass it to always send a good ball over. And yeah, all my teammates really, I trust all of them to pick me up.
Yeah, they all looked pretty balanced out there tonight. There was a lot of people involved throughout the course of the night. And what makes this team dangerous moving forward for a postseason run?
What makes this team dangerous is we all do have so much love for each other. So I think that even though we do have the amazing skill and everyone is truly worthy of this, that we just want it more than anyone else. So we have a great fight. So that's what
We saw it out there tonight. A lot of good fights. So thanks for joining me, and congrats. Enjoy this victory.
Thank you.
That's Mallory Keller joining us here on the Your Live Event post-game show.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Just heard from our Enbridge Energy player of the match here tonight. That is Mallory Keller joining us here on our post-game show. Mallory Keller, the libero for the Vikings tonight, put on a defensive clinic and stood out, just keeping a lot of extra plays alive that otherwise would have been dead in favor of Lisbon points. And the Broncos just weren't able to find a lot of offensive rhythm because swings that could have led to some points, whether it was the tip game or when they were getting the full swings off, they were finding Mallory Keller, Caitlin Brink, and others back there. Those passers in the back row really got that set working, which really helped the beneficiaries of Sanders, Odegaard, Nipstad find their rhythm later in the contest. So that is our Enbridge Energy player of the match tonight, Mallory Keller, the sophomore libero, joining us here in the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. So thanks again to Stock Growers Bank for sponsoring the broadcast booth here tonight. And that Stock Growers Bank is your small town bank, but a big time partner with the Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far. With Stock Growers Bank, anything is possible. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. That'll do it tonight here from Kindred. A 3-0 victory. If you missed it, 25-16 in set number 1, 25-12 in set number 2, and 25-16 again in the third, as the Vikings just comfortably able to take this one at home tonight, get back on track, as they really needed this one before they get some tough matchups to close out the year. They've got the on the road versus Carrington. It's not a region contest, but that is a number 1 opponent in Region 2 of the Carrington Cardinals. They'll have Wahpeton here, which they will be favored, but then Central Cass will be coming to town for the regular season finale. As let's just take a look and check in here on that Central Cass game. Oak Grove and Central Cass tied at 1 set apiece early in the third. So that's a big one to keep an eye on for the top of those Region 1 standings. The Grovers second, just 1 win ahead of Central Cass in third. And then Kindred in fourth did their part tonight. They improved to 14-9 on the year, 6-4 within the region. Lisbon falls to 4-18 with a 2-7 region record. Thanks for joining us here on YourLiveEvent.com. Josh Boyko signing off from Kindred, as we thank all of our sponsors tonight for helping us do what we do night in and night out. We couldn't do it without them. Thank you again to our sponsors. Please give them the business they deserve whenever possible, because they're the reason we can do this night in, night out and cover your local favorite sports teams in the area. Josh Boyko signing off from Kindred with the Vikings, a 3-0 victory at home.